What is a CAMELS rating? We will cover the components of the exam report. NCUA uses the CAMELS rating as an internal rating system to evaluate the soundness of credit unions, to determine the degree of risk to the National Credit Union Share Insurance Fund, and to identify those credit unions requiring special supervisory attention. In addition, NCUA uses the CAMELS rating to allocate examiner resources. Many more exam hours are budgeted to supervise those credit unions with poor composite CAMELS ratings of 4 and 5, as opposed to those with strong ratings of 1 or 2. Board members should be familiar with the NCUA letter entitled, CAMELS Rating System, and the corresponding appendix. The letter includes a detailed description for each of the 6 component ratings, and a detailed profile of each composite rating, 1 through 5. CAMELS is an acronym for the following 6 rating categories. C is for capital adequacy. A is for asset quality. M is for management. E is for earnings. L is for liquidity, and S is for sensitivity to market risk. The 3 high-level assessments the examiner uses to determine individual CAMELS ratings include: risk rating programs. What systems are in place to identify, measure, monitor, and control risk for that rating factor? Financial proxies. Are the 4 quantifiable ratings sufficient for the type and size of credit union? Is there enough capital or equity? Are the asset quality measures or delinquency and charge-off ratio acceptable? Is the earnings ratio sufficient and is liquidity sufficient? The NCUA field staff will work with management to establish a corrective action plan where the level or prospective trends of these CAMELS components are considered unacceptable or insufficient. Management assessment. While management engagement and decision-making plays into all of the ratings, the M or management rating goes deeper into assessing effectiveness of the board and staff at running the credit union in a safe and sound manner. The 7 risk areas or CLICSTR help to answer the high-level questions that determine the individual component ratings. From there, the examiner comes up with a single composite CAMELS rating for the credit union. Examiners consider the interrelationships between CAMELS components when assigning the overall rating. Credit unions with higher composite CAMELS ratings, 3, 4, and 5, will be monitored more frequently than those with lower composite CAMELS ratings, 1 and 2. Frequent contacts with high-risk credit unions have proven to be an effective strategy for reducing the risk to the Share Insurance Fund. A CAMELS Composite 1 rating indicates the least amount of risk to the National Credit Union Share Insurance Fund. As a lending institution, a certain level of risk is necessary and expected in order to serve your members. A rating of 1 may suggest that the credit union has prioritized safety over service to the membership, indicated by a portfolio of loans to only the highest FICO scores. Given your membership, what is the level and types of risks you're willing to manage in order to serve your members? NCUA expects credit unions to take on risk and then manage that risk. What financial information does the examiner review? The NCUA exam report will include a summary of key financial trends and a discussion of how those trends and key ratios factored into the risk assessments. The financial performance report is generated from your credit union's quarterly call reports. The FPR provides a comprehensive financial summary of the balance sheet, income statement, and key ratios. The FPR is generally the first tool the examiner uses to make a preliminary assessment of risk. Board members should review the FPR to track financial trends, compare the actual results against budgets, and to set future realistic financial goals. The FPR includes extensive financial summaries and many ratios for a variety of risks categories. Some of the more important key ratios from the ratio analysis page include net worth to total assets ratio, return on average assets ratio, asset quality ratios. These include the delinquency and the net charge-offs ratios, and cash and short-term investments compared to assets. What other factors are included in the exam report? In addition to the CAMELS ratings and financial summaries, the exam report includes detailed feedback about where the credit union is exposed to risk. Management and the board of directors need to focus their attention on these documents included in the report. Examination overview. The overview includes a financial summary and support for the assigned CAMELS ratings and 7 risk areas. Document of resolution or DOR. The DOR outlines the problems identified and corrective action plans. These plans should be agreements reached between the examiner and credit union management to correct the highest priority concerns. Examiner findings. This is a list of problems that need to be addressed, but aren't as serious as those listed in the DOR. These include operating exceptions, violations of law or regulation, and unsound policies, practices, and procedures. Status report. This is an update on any prior report issues that are still outstanding, as well as the status of any active NCUA administrative actions.